Your shadows are your growing edges. Dance with them. Blessings, sacred sovereign souls. I am Lady Drasmin. This is Dragom Oracle, and I am live here on Tuesday, February 25th on TikTok, channeling the messages for us. And one of the channeled messages that came through is your shadows are your growing edges. Dance with them. Now, we are a few days away from a very powerful new moon in Pisces. And so another couple of messages that were coming through as I was meditating on this energy is it's okay to not see the way. Now, Pisces season, we're deep in Pisces season right now, and everything just feels a bit cloudy, a bit murky. We're in the depths of our subconscious. We're in the depths of our emotions right now. And so, the Pisces energy is about the depths, right? It is the last water element. And it is the last sign of the zodiac. So the Pisces energy encompasses the depths of not just all that we are, but all that consciousness is. And so Pisces season can feel very heavy, very emotional, very unclear, just like feeling like you're just going this way and then you're taking that way and then you're going this way and then you're going that way. Hi, everyone. Welcome. Thank you for joining me live here on TikTok. Okay, so it's okay to not see the way right now. It's okay to feel like you just need to let go and let things be what they need to be, okay? Right now is not a good time to be making mental decisions because we are very much in our feelings, we're very much in our heart space, we're very much in that place of being guided by and towards our dreams through that inspiration and the inner wisdom. So the third channel message that was coming through of this energy that we're in is follow the ache of laughter. Allow yourself to get silly. Allow yourself to play. Allow yourself to laugh until tears are rolling down your eyes and you're aching and you're just like, I don't know if I can laugh anymore because my abs hurt so much. That point, that ache of laughter, follow that. Let that be the guide that takes you from one place to the next, to the next, to the next. Pisces new moon, new moons are always times for new beginning. And your intuition is speaking really clearly to you right now, okay? But the trick is to not allow the mind to rationalize what you are feeling right now. The practice is to cultivate awareness of, okay, thank you for like the logic and the lists and the pros and cons, well appreciated. But right now it's time to really trust that intuitive pull. And so notice how your body responds throughout the day to how you're feeling, okay? Because the new moon is in Pisces is inviting you to dream bigger, right? Like Pisces is the depths, okay? So this energy is an invitation to really get into that imagination, right? Space, imagination. I imagine a nation of possibilities, okay? Observe any feelings of unworthiness that are arising. Last week, I talked about the Venus retrograde energy, and so if you want to catch that replay, it is available on my YouTube channel. I don't remember what I titled it, but it's going to be the replay just before this video, okay? And work through that unworthiness, okay? Venus retrograde brings up our fears around relationships, around money, around vulnerability, okay? And with that coinciding with the Pisces energy, we're in Pisces season, we're in this Pisces new moon, we're being invited, we're being pushed. It's not even a fucking invitation, y'all. It's like, you need to feel your feelings right now because your emotions, they have profound wisdom within them, okay? And ask your inner landscape. Ask your inner landscape, what are you telling me? How do I embrace more trust? How do I soften into surrender? How do I let go of rigidity? How do I dance with my shadows? Okay, and that brings me back to that first channeled message, which was your shadows are your growing edges. Now is the time to dance with them. Okay, allow space for the unexpected, allow room to dream. I was talking about following the ache of laughter. When you allow yourself to play, when you allow yourself to get silly. Thank you for the likes and the hearts and the joins. Appreciate you. When you allow yourself to just be connected to that infinite wisdom that lives within you, that is reflected in life all around you. Okay, that's when you really tap into your power, because you already know what to do. You already know who to be, how to be. All that you seek is really within you. And in today's world, seeking outside of self is glorified and encouraged, right? And I'm in this podcast recording with this brother, and yesterday's recording was like so freaking powerful. But one of the things that we were talking about is how even here in the United States and across a lot of the countries around the world, the Constitution is, I pledge allegiance to the flag of America. The Constitution starts with, in God we trust, right? Not in I am, not in my wisdoms, not in my power, I pledge allegiance to my authenticity, to my sovereignty. It's displacing of power. And this Pisces new moon, and there's I think 6 other planets in Pisces. I'm not really sure. Thanks for the like, Jujo. These alignments are supporting us with breaking multi-generational contracts because of the timeline that we're in as a collective, as a global consciousness, to fully recalibrate into the Aquarian timeline of authentic expression and what's the word? Thank you. Of authentic expression and empowered co-creation. Alyssa, no payment is not required. I'm here channeling this message for the collective for this Pisces new moon. If you do want to send me a donation, it is so deeply appreciated. And it is Drasmin 17 on Venmo and on CashApp. So Drasmin, Drasmin 17. Thanks for the follow, Naya. Thank you for the hearts. I'm doing a collective energy reading right now, and then I will tap into personal readings after I'm done if I have the spaciousness for that. Okay. So what are some practices to tap into right now to further help you soften into that uncomfortable space of navigating the unknown, of being, led rather than leading yourself, right? Stillness, trust, divine surrendering, right? And this is not about giving your power away. It's about aligning with the flow of the universe at this time. So let's get some tarot and see if there's more messages that want to come through. How are you doing? Page of Cups, fucking water. Okay, Page of Cups, self-love right now, being gentle with yourself, baths, okay, drink lots of water. I've been super fucking dehydrated, y'all, okay? My lips are cracking, which they just never do. So Page of Cups is about returning to that innocence, returning to that sense of joy, returning to giving of self. And I think this message came out last week as well, which makes sense because we are in Pisces season, right? Pisces is the energy of water that encompasses all, but we are also made of water. So we have to water ourselves before we water others. Let's get another message. Queen of Wands, listening to your intuition. Wasn't I just freaking saying that? Let yourself be led by your inner compass. Okay? Let yourself be led by your inner compass. And if you're feeling challenged with taking aligned action based on your own intuitive knowing, go back to self-love. Maybe you just need to take a nap. Maybe you just need to take a bath. Maybe you take a bath and then take a nap, and then you'll have clarity, right? Maybe you just need to like turn everything off for a moment and just allow yourself to deepen in. Okay, Pisces is the last sign of the zodiac, so things are coming into completion. Things are wrapping up. Cycles are closing. Lots of different cycles have closed for me in the past week, and I'm just like so tired, y'all. I just want to go to bed today. Look, more fucking water energy, Ace of Cups. This is a new emotional beginning for you, right? You get to choose in this next zodiacal cycle, in this next chapter of your life. Are you going to come and show up for yourself and for life from a place of overflow? Or are you going to repeat the cycles of sacrifice? Okay. The next message is look at where there's still sorrow, where there's still grief that hasn't been processed, right? Sometimes sometimes the way forward is through, and the way through can have stuff that you haven't looked at, okay? Emotional things that you haven't looked at, but we're in the season of emotions right now. So look at where there is still unresolved, you look at where there's still pain from past relationships, from past experiences that didn't work out, that left you feeling less than, that just, that just didn't work. Right? Like sometimes just things don't work, right? It's not because anybody did anything. It just doesn't work, right? But it can still hurt, right? Because we don't enter into things hoping they fall apart. We enter into things hoping that they last a really, really long time. And perhaps, there's stuff in there. The Three of Cards, the Three of Cards. The Three of Swords is a card of healing heartache and loss and processing grief, okay? Allowing that scar tissue to form. And you do that by tapping back into that self-love, into pouring back into yourself, into learning how to parent yourself, into learning how to be your own mother and your father, okay? Into giving that love that you want to give everyone else to you first, okay? Into listening to your intuition. And if your intuition says right now you just need to rest, allow yourself to rest. Gift yourself time. Last message, making those decisions, Two of Wands, okay? Two of Wands is about making those decisions of where you are giving and where you are receiving, and making sure that there is a balance between what you are giving and what you are receiving. Because if we're over giving, then we're not receiving enough. If we're over receiving, we're not giving enough. And that upsets the balance. That upsets your inner vibration. That can then come out and play out in different relationships and experiences in your life. And then you might be noticing that you're holding on too tightly, okay? So this opportunity to really look at how you are giving and receiving is also an invitation to look at where you're holding on too tightly and where you just need to have a little more trust and faith in yourself and in life, who is always looking out for your best. Thanks for the rose, Emma. Appreciate you. So those are the channeled messages for this Pisces new moon. Now I'm going to pick a card for the archetype that wants to work with you through this energy to help you soften into your deep inner knowing, so that you can further align with your highest self. Okay, so I'm going to have three options. Okay, so you can pick guide 1, guide 2, or guide 3 as your guide to support you at this time for your highest and best good. Here's 1. Here's 2. And here is 3. Okay? So, group 1. You have the Destroyer. Okay, and this did come out in reverse. Okay, so group 1, what is saying When you are in your power, you are able to let go of what is potentially destructive and prepare for new life. But when it's in reverse, you are intoxicated with destructive power, meaning that you are constantly going towards drama and toxicity and gossiping and naysaying, because what you're actually doing is running away from your own power by focusing on the bullshit that's going on around you, okay? And all that really does is, not only does it weaken your self-esteem, it also starts to kill dreams and potentials, because you're filling yourself with all this energy instead of using this energy to fuel your dreams, okay? So the Destroyer is the card that came out for group 1. Holding it here if you want to look at it a little further. Okay, and this Destroyer can, you're looking at this card, you're like, holy shit, that looks fucking scary. Don't let it scare you, right? Because with death comes new life, right? And it doesn't have to be like super dramatic and chaos, right? It can be, okay, we're done. And I'm grateful for what I received from it. And now it's time for me to pick up the pieces and move on. I feel like for you, group 1, this heartache and loss has, by you not dealing with this pain, it has created habits that cause you to create drama, or like gravitate towards drama. And I'm pretty sure last week I was talking about how misery loves company, because when we are around people who are in joy and in their power, then that can be really triggering if we're not in our joy and in our power. Okay, so the Destroyer is just that energy that allows you to cut the bullshit so that you can step more into your highest self. So that was group 1. Cut the bullshit. Stop gossiping. Stop fear-mongering. Stop running away from your possibilities and power. And just, let it go so that you can make room for a new life. Okay. Group 2. Judge. Making wise decisions about who is in your life, what activities you're spending your time and energy with, showing compassion, okay? Making sure that you're using your time, your money, your resources, your energy wisely, okay? The light attributes of the Judge are balancing justice and compassion, managing the fair distribution of power, equal give and take. Okay, the shadow attributes are offering only destructive criticism, misusing power. Okay, so for group 2, you are in a seat of this. Okay, you know where to invest your time, your energy, your money, your resources, all of that. We all get 24 hours a day, right? So when you say, I don't have time, that's not a true statement. Thank you, Bianca. Appreciate you. That's not a true statement. What you don't have is spaciousness, because we all have the same 24 hours a day. So look at where you are not managing your time as wisely as you could be. Look at where you might need to delegate or cut out certain activities so that you have room for activities and relationships and people that are more fulfilling for you. Okay, I felt called to group 2, and this is very relevant in my life right now as I'm going through expansion with my legacy and with the soul salon and coming back online. Okay, so group 3, you also came out in reverse, okay? And the card that came out for you was Virgin, but it came out in reverse, and in the shadow, it is about fear of intimacy. Okay, fearing intimacy because you've been hurt in the past, because you've been betrayed in the past, because you weren't taught how to express your feelings, how to ask for your needs, how to have healthy boundaries, right? And so there's this fear around getting close to another because there is a fear of losing yourself, right? But if you are making sure to make time every day to take care of yourself, then you're not going to get lost in another, because your sense of love and esteem comes from yourself. All right, y'all, people listening into today's reading, okay? If you haven't watched that Venus retrograde reading that I did last week, I'm seriously getting this message to go watch it, because a lot of what I'm saying today came up last week and there's messages in there for you. So if it calls you, go to the YouTube channel Dragom Oracle and watch the replay. Okay, in the light aspect of the Virgin, it's about maintaining purity of heart and spirit, knowing that you know, when you are operating from that place of love for yourself, when you are standing in your integrity, when you are standing in your truth, when you are honoring your boundaries, when you have basically self-respect, then it doesn't really matter if somebody else has a different opinion or a viewpoint, because you can look at them and you can be like, respectfully, I hear what you're saying, and we just are mismatched. We just have different values. And then you get to decide what is acceptable for you and what is not acceptable. Okay. And then you can choose to stay in that friendship, in that relationship, in this business partnership, or not, right? Because change is the only constant. And it's really good to have, you know, check-ins with your friends and your relationships and your business partners like every 3 months, and make sure that you're growing together. No, Kenzie, I do not do pregnancy questions. So, you know, you're being invited to look at, where is your sense of worth coming from? Is your sense of worth coming from your own inner truth and your compass? Or is it coming from the opinions and the approval of people that you love, and you're scared that if you are your own sovereign, that they leave? Well, guess what? If they leave, that is now making room for someone who is much more in your frequency to come into your life. But you're not going to know until you talk, well, first to yourself and figure out, what am I really scared of? Am I really scared of intimacy, or am I scared of being alone? Am I scared of being alone because I don't believe I'm worthy of love? Or am I scared of being alone because I have, you know, alter abilities, and that makes the dating pool a little smaller, whatever, right? Like, really start looking at what these fears are from, and recognize that the fear is not of being intimate with another. The fear is about being authentic with yourself. And that requires your sense of responsibility to yourself, so that you can then engage with others from that place of empowered love for self. Okay, so those are the collective messages for the Pisces new moon, with little pick a card reading from the archetype card. So I'm going to close this message, and then I'm going to open for personal readings. So stay tuned. Okay. For those of you who are here live, thank you for joining me live. For those of you who are catching the replay, thank you so much for being here. If you are new, welcome. If you are returning, welcome back. If these messages resonate with you, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button, comment down below, engage with this video. It helps feed the algorithm so this message can reach others who are calling for these messages to reach them. And if you feel so inspired to donate or work with me, all of the details are in the description box in the YouTube section. Okay, so thank you for joining me today. Love hearing from you. Until we meet again, take care of your beautiful selves.